Today, on Be Something Wonderful, 2 keys to manifesting anything. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. Big video today, and this comes really from a session I had with a new client. And this client said, you know, Tom, I scheduled a session from you without even watching any of your videos yet on your channel. I subscribed and scheduled because a friend of mine has been talking about you. And I've been really feeling confused lately. Confused with manifesting. I've watched a lot of channels and I just really wanted to get some clarity. And she said, talk to Tom. So I booked a session with you. And then, so before the session started, she says, you know, Tom, I've now been watching your videos after I scheduled, and it's the most clarity that I've had ever with this stuff. And so we went on to talk about really what she wanted to hit on is what are really some simple keys that she can remember, that she can really internalize for to manifest anything she wants. That's what we're talking about today. But I want to bring up 2 very different scenarios. This is from a BSW subscriber who actually commented, I think, last night or early this morning on being confused. So I want to hear that. Here's the difference, right? Here's my client. I'm confused and I need some guidance. Okay, this is the difference. This BSW subscriber, and I just want to start out to say that I love you, and this is why I'm sharing this with you. I really want to move you from this state of confusion. And this subscriber made a comment on one of the videos. I appreciate you, Tom, but this has to be one of the most confusing videos you've ever made. Hear the difference. Now, again, remember, I make videos. Whether they're confusing, whether they're uplifting, whether they motivate you or don't motivate you is up to you. Do you hear this? That's the same with any condition in 3D. Do you hear it? You're looking at conditions and blaming it on the conditions. Blaming your confusion on the video. Blaming your confusion with life on life. Do you hear this? Hear it just to give you an example. And again, I'm not saying that the video gives clarity or it doesn't give clarity. I'm saying I make videos. Whether what it means to you is up to you. You create it all. That video is not outside of you. Do you hear this, right? Here are the other comments on this same video. Thank you, really helpful. This was very timely, much needed. Exclamation points, all of them, right? Hello, Tom, this was nothing short of awesome. 3 exclamation points. Tom, this is amazing! Exclamation point. Wow, Tom, this is the one today. This hit the spot. And then there were many more. I couldn't even fit them all on there. But this one subscriber, I appreciate this, but I'm confused. And you don't even say that I'm confused. You say this is confusing. But what does it mean? I am confused. You're blaming and projecting your confusion on conditions that have nothing to do with the confusion you're feeling within. Do you hear this? And when you say I appreciate you, no you don't. You're complaining. Complaining is creating. You're creating a state of confusion with that complaining, right? For gratitude and appreciation, you cannot feel confused. You don't complain when you're in a state of gratitude and appreciation. They cannot coexist. Hear this. I really want to do this, not so much that you made this comment. That's not a big deal. I want to really move you. I really do. I appreciate you, but means you don't appreciate. You're not in a state of gratitude. You're not in a state of wish fulfilled, and you're not going to get what you want. That's really what I want to say. You're not going to attract the things in yourself from being in a state of confusion. Right? So you're confused and you're complaining. That's what you're saying, right? Appreciation and gratitude is a state of clarity and has no buts. Do you hear that? Either you're going to see lack and confusion or you're going to see love and clarity. Which is it? When you go to see anything in 3D reality, you've got a choice. I'm going to see this from a state of love and clarity, or I'm going to see it from a state of lack and confusion. You get to choose, because what you choose within is what you're going to see without it. There are no exceptions. It's not just this video, it's your whole life. Okay? Do you see the difference here? Well, let's unpack this like we never have before. 2 keys to manifesting anything. I've talked about this, but never like I'm going to talk about it today. The first key is intensity. Intensity is not effort. Intensity is not struggle. Intensity is focused thought. Focused thought. When you focus your thought, you're going to feel them, for sure. You're going to have a feeling. What's the feeling going to be? It's going to be conviction. You're going to believe in what you're thinking when you focus it, right? Then persistence, frequency, returning to that thought. Persistence is an effort. Persistence is not hard work. It's frequency to returning to that. It's not about time. It's about intensity. It's not about effort. It's about persistence. I really want to unpack these ideas like we never have before. Remember, your intensity means what? Focused thought means what? It means to concentrate. Concentrate's not effort. It's not 3D will to make something happen. 3D will to say, I've got to do this, right? It's to bring or come to a common center. That's the origin of the word. To be centered. To center yourself. Remember, you are the center of God consciousness. You are the center of infinity. You are the center of the universe. You are an individualized center. Everybody is. It's infinity. So when you're there, you're in the center of it. So how do you do it? Love it more than you're doubting it. Right? Love it more than you're doubting it. Love crowds out all opposites because love has no opposite. Feel the love of that thought. Feel the love of that focused thought and return to that over and over again. That is creation, really. Get it, guys? Let's really hit it like we never have before. That intense focused thought manifests immediately, hear this, as an invisible image on the other side of the mirror. It's an immediate manifestation. In the spiritual realm, there is no delay. It's an immediate manifestation. Immediately that manifests, that invisible image is on the other side of the mirror. Remember we talked about the mirror world, right? And that image will manifest into a reflection in 3D reality, right? It's real because it's concentrated the focused consciousness. That's why it's real. Why is it real? Why is that image real? Because it's consciousness. Consciousness is all there is, awareness. It's the only thing that's real. And that's that love that we talked about. And it's real because it's concentrated in its focused consciousness. That's what that thought is, right? You mentally created, imagined the desired image, while at the same time, you create time. So hear this. This is the reason why it's immediate and instant. Time is a part of your manifestation. Do you see this? You mentally created the image, but with that image, you created the idea of time. Right? Because we're in 3D reality. That's how we function. That's what we see. We see through linear time. So that's a creation. The space between the metaphysical creation and its manifestation in 3D reality. That's what time is. Hear it again. Time is the space between the metaphysical creation and its manifestation in 3D reality. Time equals space in this case, right? Whatever you give time, space, and attention to is your manifested reality. Do you hear it? You're giving time to it because that's part of the manifestation. You're giving space to it because it's manifested immediately, here and now, but it's invisible. And you're giving your attention to it because you're focusing your thought. Do you hear this? Are you following, guys? You mentally created the image, the desired image, while at the same time, you create time. The space between the metaphysical creation and its manifestation or reflection on the other side of the mirror. That's what time is. It's just the space between those. Do you hear this? Right? This is big today. So time and space means here and now. It means it's right here and right now. And part of that manifestation, you're manifesting the delay. You're manifesting the time. Because you're seeing reality through your 3D perceptual mechanism. Right? Your apparatus for navigating 3D includes time. Do you see it? So that's a manifestation, but it's here and now, it's created, and your attention is your focused thought, your concentration, your intensity. Whatever you give time, space, and attention to is reality, right? That's why persistence is the other key. That's why you need persistence. You have the intensity. You can think and imagine something and put your concentration on it. But then why doesn't it manifest right away? Because time is part of that manifestation. That's why you need persistence. That's why you need to keep returning to the image. It's not about time, it's intensity. It's not about effort, it's persistence. The appearance that is not an instant creation creates contrary thought. Remember, Scripture says, judge not by appearances. Why? The appearance that it's not an instant creation creates the doubt or creates the thought. That's why you have to persist. Wow. Do you hear it? It's appeared. It's done. It's invisible. So that's why Jesus said, judge not by appearances. It's there, and that instant creation is done. But because you can't see it, because it's not, there seems to be a time delay, it creates contrary thought or doubt. Therefore, you need to frequently, persistence, return to your desired end and imagined end where the now is done. Right? Where the now is done. Where and when is it? It's here and now. But you must persist. Why? Because you manifest time, space, and attention. That's part of your creation. That's part of your idea. That's part of the joy. Hear this. The joy of being in 3D reality. Because now we can expect it. Right? Otherwise, you would think it would be there. It would just be, anything you think would just be there. What's the joy in that? Right? It's like Abraham Hicks says, if you had a buffet, if you could eat everything you ever wanted to eat in your life right now, and it was all in front of you, what would be the joy in that? There's a great point here, but this is the metaphysics behind it, right? The appearance that it's not an instant creation creates contrary thought or doubt. Therefore, you need to frequently return to that desired imagined end. You need to create that frame, that illuminate, and you need to illuminate that frame. You need to persist in that until your heart and mind get aligned. Do you see it? Your heart wants it. It's there. It's done. But your mind doesn't believe it because it can't see it. So you've got to keep persisting as you line up your heart and mind, and then it will manifest in 3D. It's already done, right? This is what Lester Levenson says, and a lot of this comes from the teachings of Lester Levenson, especially the idea of time. Lester really said this. It's an instant manifestation. In the spiritual realm, it's done, right? So we mentally create this thing called time. Hear this, so big, which makes it even more difficult to see the creation process because we think now, in other words, we think in the now moment, and the effect of that thought happens much later. Lester Levenson, right? 3D reality, it has an idea, it has cause and effect. You have a cause and then later you have an effect, right? That's what we call karma. That's all karma is. It's law and effect. It's the law. In 3D reality, we feel the results of what you sow, you reap what you sow. We feel that. But in the spiritual realm, in the highest realm, cause equals effect. It's unity. You can't divide God up into pieces. And that's what we keep wanting to do. The ego wants to divide God up into segments, and God cannot be segmented. God is whole. It's unity, right? The spiritual realm, it's absolute. That's God. Then you have the mental realm, right? This is the mind of God. This is the first manifestation of God, right? This is where the universe is created. All thoughts and feelings exist in the mind of God. Hear this, all conscious and subconscious thoughts are created. Creation is finished. That's what Neville meant. But what does that really mean? It means all thoughts and feelings are already created. That's what the subconscious is. And you're just each moment, you're reaching in there and having a conscious thought. It's all there. All new thought, all old thought, all thoughts that ever were or ever will be are in this mind of God. And when you consciously call up a thought, even if you think it's a new thought, creation's finished. It's already there. Wow. And so what are we doing? Normally we're calling up subconscious thoughts from the past that we have a negative view of or assumption of. And that's what we get stuck on, right? The physical realm, what you give the time, space, and attention to. 3 realms, spiritual realm, God absolute, mental realm, the mind of God. All thoughts and feelings, all subconscious and conscious thoughts. Creation's finished. And then the physical realm, what you see, what you give, in other words, what you give time, space, and attention to, is the physical realm. Wow. That's why time, space, and attention, right? What you persist in and put intensity to, focus on with your attention, is what manifests in 3D reality. That's so big today. So this is what Neville Goddard says. Make, in other words, create elsewhere here in the future now. Make elsewhere here in the future now. In other words, create elsewhere here in the future now. The future event is a reality now in a dimensionally larger world, in the spiritual realm. And oddly enough, now in a dimensionally larger world is equivalent to here in the ordinary three-dimensional space of everyday life. Is it? Oddly enough, now in a dimensionally larger world is equivalent to here. Now equals here. This is what Neville's getting at. Creation's finished. Now equals here. Cause equals effect. Wow. With focused thought, imagining your wish fulfilled, composing the future frame, right? Focused thought is imagining your wish fulfilled. It's composing reality, not opposing. Composing the future frame. You make the elsewhere here in the future now. You give your desire, or what you want, you give that time, space, and attention. How? By imagining it already done. Creating an image, a simple image that implies that it's already yours, that it's already done, right? Making the assumption that it's done, and then staying in that assumption. And then because there's a delay, right? Because you manifest time, then persisting in that, returning to that, the frequency, not time, frequency, not time, intensity. Do you see it? Guys, this is so big today. So because you give it time, in other words, you create time, persisting to your focused thought is required. Persisting on your focused thought is required. So because you give it time, you create time. Persistence, frequently returning to your focused thought and the image of the imagined frame is required, right? Creating is natural to you. It's the conviction of your isness. Hear this. Creating is natural. It's your natural state. It's your isness. You know you exist. That's the feeling of fulfillment. Do you get it? We're doubting it, but you know you exist. And so if you exist, you must always exist, because that's what existence means, right? You can't not cease to exist. That's a feeling. That's a conviction of you as a creator. That's what we mean by conviction, right? It's the frequency. And remember, not the length of time. Time's man-made, right? You create time, right? That makes it natural. It's the frequency, the returning to that natural state. It's returning to your isness, returning to your existence. That's the feeling of fulfillment. That to which you constantly return constitutes your truest self. Neville got it. It is the frequency, not the length of time, that makes it natural. That to which you constantly return constitutes your truest self. Your assumption must be a maintained attitude of wish fulfilled. Maintained attitude. What is an attitude? A settled way of thinking or feeling about someone or something. A settled way, a natural way. It's your way of thinking. That's your attitude. It's an assumption. It's an attitude of wish fulfilled. Right? This is big. That's what we really mean by intensity and persistence. That's why they're the two keys. You get it, guys. Giving it time, persisting in it makes it natural to you. Because remember, when something's natural to you, it is a conviction. And remember, you already have that conviction of your isness, of your existence, of your feeling of fulfillment. So you need only persist in what you want for that to become natural to you. That really is the two keys to manifesting anything: intensity and persistence. I am your host, Tom Karen. This is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking and sharing the video. Thank you for turning on your notification bell so you never miss a video. Thank you for considering joining the membership channel. There'll be another powerful video coming out on that shortly. And just thank you for being here. If you want to join our Facebook group, we have a Facebook group called the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors. We have nearly 2,000 in that already. And that's at facebook.com/groups/ Be Something Wonderful. You can go to our organization page and like that. That's at Be Something Wonderful. You can visit us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kieran, or just go to our website anytime, tomkieran.com or besomethingwonderful.com for all that information and more. With great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, creators and members, see you soon.